We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation.
This Koon Emmanuel Acho try to turn face on Twitter. Now, for those of us who grew up watching wrestling, we all know what the term turn face means. Ain't nothing worse than when a coon tries to get on Cole. First, I want you to look at this post he posted on Twitter, trying to tether himself into foundational Black American history when his family wasn't even here during that time. Then I want you all to check out the video he posted with that post. Of course, this video is fair use and roll the footage.
The oppressor has unfortunately won again. In case you missed it, Supreme Court, they overturned affirmative action. What does that mean? That means that colleges can no longer allow race or gender to play a role in admittance. Here is why that is a pivotal mistake. Well, number one, race has always played a factor in determining college admittance. What do I mean? College admittance is primarily based upon standardized testing. Well, standardized testing isn't actually a metric of intelligence. Standardized testing is a metric of resources. It's a metric of what caliber of education did you receive. Well, your education is based upon the public school system or private school system that you went to, primarily public school system. A public school system is based upon the resources of that public neighborhood. That public neighborhood is based upon redlining, and redlining has been based upon racism. Okay, let me give it to you in the inverse. If racism dictated redlining, who could live in what neighborhoods? Had to put the black people and the brown people over here. And redlining dictates who lives in a neighborhood. Who lives in a neighborhood dictates the resources of that school. And the resources of that school dictate how much help you can get for a standardized test. And a standardized test now dictates who gets into a university. Well, then racism was always in who gets into and who cannot get into universities. So affirmative action was simply going to undermine the negative racism that started the college admissions process in the first place. Now, the last thing I'll leave you with is this, and this is the most ironic crime of them all. Legacy admittance is still a thing, which simply says if your parents went to this institution, well, colleges will factor that in to whether or not you can get into an institution. But guess who's more likely to have parents at an institution? White people. Because white people were more likely to get into colleges when it was unlawful for black people to be granted admittance. I'll leave y'all to think about that.
First of all, nigga, why is you performing a striptease while you talking to me, nigga? Why is you getting butt naked while simultaneously trying to make a political statement? We ain't in jail. I am in boy, damn it. I do not want to see that, Emmanuel Acho. This is how you know foundational Black Americans are not the same as people who might look like us from other countries. If any foundational Black American man was in the same room with this nigga while he was doing that, you'd be looking at him like this. Tell me I'm lying. Now, if you notice, he went immediately to that black and brown but BS. He tried to slide that in there quick. You don't peep that, right? He tried to slide that black and brown in there quick. Emmanuel Acho ain't no black and brown. All that black and brown is over with. Do not try to tether the brown in with the black. We been cut that off. And second of all, Emmanuel Acho, you talking about redlining. That never happened to your people. That redlining happened to foundational Black Americans. Stop trying to tether yourselves to us. And another thing, we don't care if they got rid of affirmative action or not. We don't need it. That's why we don't need it, because it doesn't benefit us. And secondly, foundational Black American students are some of the most intelligent on the planet. Now, if we need affirmative action just to get into one of these colleges or universities, that doesn't mean that we're not intelligent enough to get in. That means these pieces of shit are racist as F. They're racism. is why they implemented affirmative action. But then they flipped that affirmative action and used it to benefit other groups other than foundational black Americans. Henceforth, we don't care that they got rid of affirmative action. Emmanuel Acho, you spent your whole career kissing white supremacists' ass. Mwah, nigga. Now all of a sudden, you trying to turn into Malcolm X. You trying to get a cold all of a sudden. You trying to turn face all of a sudden to get over with the crowd. No, nigga. We ain't falling for that. And one more thing, you weird ass nigga. Don't you ever start getting butt naked while you're trying to make a point to me and the rest of the foundational black American nation. Everybody, don't forget to like, share, and especially subscribe. This is Channel Raw TV, and we just gave it to you, Raw Wine.
Don't forget to subscribe. Channel Raw TV, baby.